Hello, everyone. Myself and Dr. Jason Crean have an exciting announcement for you. We are going to be starting and co-hosting a podcast together called the Enrichment Science Podcast. So for those of you that may be new, we'll go ahead and introduce ourselves. Jason, do you want to introduce yourself first?
Sure. My name's Jason Crean. I am a biologist by trade, and I've been an aviculturist for a long time, decades working with birds. I currently teach, my focus is animal nutrition, particularly avian nutrition, and I teach animal nutrition at the university level, as well as zoo biology and some other courses. Um, and I do a lot of science stuff, let's just say, without going into huge
A
detail here.
lot.
Yeah, I run an aviary where we have 40 different species, and enrichment is something that Lara and I talk about constantly in how to improve the lives of the animals we keep.
Great. Yes. And my name is Lara Joseph. I'm the owner of the Animal Behavior Center. We're an international educational center where we teach people all over the world how to understand the science of applied behavior analysis. And we do that through working with animals. I like to focus on exotics because they're great teachers of ours. And I also specialize in working with birds. So I like to use applied behavior analysis and teach people how to use that science of behavior with all species of animals. And you can find out more information about the work I do on my website at theanimalbehaviorcenter.com. Am I forgetting anything? Um, so we are introducing this weekly podcast. And it is called the Enrichment Science Podcast because Jason and I know how important enrichment is for all species of animals. But we wanted to take a couple minutes and just introduce you to what we plan on covering in the podcast and our goals. So, our purpose and focus of the podcast. Do we want to talk real quick, Jason, about people that might be new to this, explaining what enrichment is and why it's important?
Yeah, and we'll probably cover that in the first episode as well. But
Okay,
basically, we
perfect.
want to make sure that we're enhancing the lives of the animals that we keep. We're looking at the science of what we know. And we know that birds, for example, like parrots, spend at least half their day foraging. And when we bring them into our environments, in our homes, in zoos, we have to make sure that we're maintaining that level of activity for them because that's how they're wired. So we thought this podcast would be a great way to get a bite-sized piece, no foraging pun intended, every week for you to get some tips on something you could try that week or something that you could think about when it comes to the animals that you're keeping in your home, for example.
Yep. We want to help you understand how you can incorporate this into the lives with the birds and the animals in your care. Even if helps you get creative and gives you some ideas that you can incorporate quickly or slowly. Um, so with the enrichment, we want to focus on how it benefits the animal mentally, physically, helping them manipulate their environment to help incorporate choice, control, and complexity into their environments. Um, Enrichment is anything but boring, and we're going to help you make it anything but boring. But we also wanted to mention the benefits of where people can find this weekly recorded podcast. Do you want to mention anything about that, Jason? And I'll kind of fill in.
we will have it on our respective membership programs. And so I'll let me go to the slide here with the information on it, or we'll do this
It,
now.
yeah. Did I
So
jump ahead?
no, that's okay.
Okay.
Um, so when we have things, these regularly weekly releases of the podcast, you will be able to access these on one or both of our programs. So Lara's Parrot Project will have access to all of these, and you can join the Parrot Project at the animalbehaviorcenter.com. It'll also be on my Team Thrive avian nutrition program, which is available if you just go to the biobirdblends.com and you click on the shop link, you can join right there. Um, Both of us have a Facebook platform for these programs as well. So um, you have not only can you interact with the content, but you can interact with other members as well, which can be real that dynamic synergistic learning is really important when it comes to, learning things that stick for a long period of time. Um, so those are the main areas. We will be releasing select podcasts, maybe once monthly to the general public, but the majority of these will be for our benefit for our members of our respective programs.
Yeah, and I wanted to mention as well that for people who are in the Parrot Project, you will find these in there. I will also send you an email letting you know a new one was uploaded. And for those that we upload and release to the general public once in a while, I can throw that in an email um, newsletter as well. And I'll also put that on the website. Um, so we wanted to mention that we're going to show examples of enrichment. We're going to talk about all different areas of enrichment. We want some of these to be interactive with you as well. We'll address your questions. You could, if you submit something to us that has a great benefit in a story, how it benefited your animal, maybe we talk about that in a podcast. And this is going to focus on birds, but other animals as well. And Jason, did you want to mention anything about the activities and the guests?
Yeah, we'll have special guests that join us. Lara and I, we love working together. It's always been amazing. We always have great ideas. Too many ideas to pursue, but this was one of them, and I'm really glad we're finally doing this. But we have a really awesome learning network that we work with. And so we have researchers, we have enrichment specialists, we have all kinds of people that we work with um, who are our go-tos, who don't have an ego, who are there because they care about the animals that they keep. And that's why Lara and I get along so well, because that is just something that doesn't come into the equation. So we bring these people in because we trust them. There are people who have studied birds in the wild, they've studied animals in the wild, they know how important enrichment is when we bring them into managed environments like our homes and zoos and other institutions. So it's really important to us that we have this network. And then as far as activities go, um, you know, building things together, you know, uh, getting you as the participant to be putting enrichment items together, gathering items that you may have already laying around the house, as well as new and novel things that we can introduce to increase the complexity and the diversity of things that we're exposing our birds to. So all of those things are on the table when it comes to this podcast.
And there's not going to be any shortage of ideas to discuss because the topic of enrichment is huge. And I was just thinking about different ways we can incorporate enrichment to better understand behavior we may not be seeing. We're going to have all different types of podcasts. Jason and I have already started a list. Jason, do you mind addressing the next one on subscribe, share, and stay tuned for?
Yeah, so if you subscribe to the channel that this is on, that you're watching this on, you'll get updates when we do release them um, outside of our membership programs. And if you're in the membership programs, you'll be notified every single week when we record one and release it. But if you could share this information, especially this introductory video, it would help us immensely. So that we could get the word out and bring in new members, which just makes our learning networks that much bigger. The more people, the more ideas, and the more dynamic are the things that we can do for our birds.
Yeah, so you can follow on social media, like I said, and like Jason had said, check for updates. And I just wanted to mention, I was just telling Jason this before we started this recording of this podcast, that I had mentioned over the weekend to some of the people that helped me here at the Animal Behavior Center. When I told them Jason and I were doing a podcast, they were excited and they were like, yes, 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 anything with the two of you, that will be amazing. So we appreciate the support, the shares, and I guess the next time you see us together, we're going to be recording the first episode of our podcast, the Science Enrichment Podcast.
So I am Jason Crean, joined by
And
Lara Joseph. You will hear more from us soon.